Imagine a world where the Roman Empire never adopted Christianity. How would history have unfolded differently? Let's dive into this mind-boggling alternate timeline and see how things might have played out.
In this alternate reality, the Roman gods are still revered and worshipped. Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and the rest of the pantheon continue to rule over the spiritual lives of the Romans. Temples dedicated to these deities remain bustling centers of worship, and grand festivals and rituals keep the populace entertained and devoted. Instead of Christian crosses, we see symbols of ancient gods everywhere. Picture streets lined with temples and altars, offerings of food and incense filling the air with rich aromas, and grand processions honoring deities like Bacchus and Diana.
Imagine Jupiter, the king of gods, still reigning supreme with thunderbolts in hand, commanding the sky and the earth. Mars, the god of war, is venerated by soldiers seeking victory and glory on the battlefield. Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, inspires poets and artists, her temples adorned with stunning works of art. Mercury, the messenger god, is invoked by merchants and travelers, ensuring safe and prosperous journeys. Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, presides over schools and academies, her influence fostering intellectual growth and strategic prowess. The Roman Empire's cities are alive with the worship of these gods, each deity playing a crucial role in the daily lives of the people.
Without Christianity to unify the empire under a single faith, the Romans need another way to bring everyone together. They double down on their shared culture, language, and legal systems. Being Roman becomes the ultimate identity, transcending local gods and cults. The empire promotes a strong sense of Romanness that keeps the diverse population united. The emperors leverage this identity to maintain control, emphasizing the greatness of Roman achievements and the glory of its civilization. The grand Roman festivals, such as Saturnalia and Lupercalia, are celebrated with even greater fervor, becoming key elements of a shared cultural heritage.
The social fabric of the empire remains largely unchanged. Slavery is still a cornerstone of the economy, and the gladiatorial games are as popular as ever. Without the Christian message of compassion and equality, Roman society sticks to its hierarchical structure. The values of charity and humility that Christianity introduced are nowhere to be found, leading to a society that's less focused on helping the downtrodden. The wealthy continue to enjoy extravagant lifestyles, while the poor and enslaved face harsh conditions with little hope for improvement. The public baths, forums, and amphitheaters remain centers of social life, where citizens gather to discuss politics, philosophy, and the latest news from the far reaches of the empire.
One of the significant roles of early Christianity was preserving classical scholarship. Monasteries and scriptoria kept ancient texts safe during turbulent times. Without Christianity, this preservation might not happen as effectively. Intellectual heritage could be scattered or lost, leaving us with fewer classical works to study in future centuries. Instead of monks laboring over manuscripts, secular institutions or wealthy patrons might take on the role of preserving learning. The great libraries of Alexandria and Rome might become even more crucial. And the loss of these centers of learning could have a devastating impact on the transmission of erudition.
In the time of the Messiah, the Roman Empire grows to span thousands of miles.
Religious diversity continues to flourish in the empire. Judaism, Mithraism, and other mystery religions coexist alongside the traditional Roman pantheon. The lack of a dominant Christian orthodoxy might lead to a more pluralistic society, with various faiths coexisting and sometimes clashing, depending on the political climate. Religious tolerance varies from emperor to emperor, with some promoting inclusivity and others favoring certain cults over others. The debates and conflicts between different religious groups shape the intellectual and spiritual landscape of the empire, leading to a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices.
The Byzantine Empire, famous for its Christian heritage, would develop differently. Without Christianity, Byzantium might retain a stronger connection to its Greco-Roman roots. This could lead to a unique cultural and religious identity, distinct from the one shaped by Eastern Orthodoxy. Imagine a Byzantine empire that remains a bastion of ancient Greek philosophy and Roman traditions. The architectural landscape would be different, with magnificent temples and public buildings instead of churches and monasteries. The works of Plato, Aristotle, and other classical philosophers continue to be studied and admired, influencing the intellectual currents of the empire. The rise of Islam in the 7th century still happens, but the encounters between early Muslims and a pagan Byzantine empire play out differently. Without a Christian Byzantine force, the dynamics of these early conquests shift. The spread of Islam faces new challenges and opportunities, altering the course of Islamic expansion and its interactions with the West. The cultural and intellectual exchanges between the Islamic world and the pagan Byzantine Empire might lead to different forms of syncretism and mutual influence. The transmission of wisdom from the Islamic scholars to the Byzantine pagans enriches both civilizations, fostering a unique blend of Greek, Roman, and Arabic thought.
Medieval Europe evolves in a unique way too. Without the Christianization of the barbarian tribes, Europe remains a mosaic of pagan kingdoms. Each region has its own gods, rituals, and customs. The lack of a unifying religious force leads to a more fragmented and decentralized political landscape.
Pagan sacrifices, worshipping pagan symbols, and visiting pagan temples shall no longer be allowed.
Imagine Viking gods, Celtic deities, and Roman gods, all vying for worship in different parts of Europe. The political alliances and conflicts are influenced by religious affiliations, with pagan kings forming pacts based on shared deities and cultural practices. The mythologies and legends of different peoples intertwine, creating a rich and diverse folklore that shapes the identities of the emerging European nations.
The Renaissance and the scientific revolution take on new flavors. The rediscovery of classical erudition still happens, but it's driven by secular scholars and institutions. The Renaissance becomes a purely secular revival of Greco-Roman culture, free from the patronage of the church. Artists and intellectuals draw inspiration directly from ancient sources, leading to a flourishing of art, literature, and science that celebrates the human spirit and the achievements of the past. The scientific revolution progresses along different philosophical lines, potentially leading to different scientific paradigms and breakthroughs. The absence of religious constraints allows for a freer exploration of natural phenomena, and the collaboration between scholars from different pagan traditions fosters an environment of intellectual curiosity and innovation.
Fast forward to the modern world, and the absence of Christianity has left its mark. Our moral and ethical frameworks, legal systems, and cultural norms look different. Concepts like the separation of church and state and human rights might evolve in unique ways. Philosophical debates take new forms, shaped by a world where Christianity never became a dominant force. The ethical teachings of ancient philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius continue to influence the development of moral thought, while the legal traditions of Rome provide a foundation for modern jurisprudence. The emphasis on reason, civic duty, and the common good shapes the political and social institutions of this alternate modern world.
So, what does this all mean? The Roman Empire's decision not to adopt Christianity leads to a world that's both familiar and foreign. The ancient gods remain central to Roman life, classical learning is preserved differently, and Europe's development takes a unique path. This thought experiment shows us just how profoundly Christianity has shaped our history and invites us to imagine the endless possibilities of a world without it. In this alternate timeline, the Roman Empire's choice to stick with its traditional gods creates a world rich with diverse cultures, religions, and ideas. It's a world where the echoes of ancient Rome resonate through the centuries, leading to a fascinating and unpredictable journey through history. From the bustling temples of a pagan Rome to the vibrant intellectual exchanges of a secular Renaissance, this world offers a tantalizing glimpse into what might have been. So let's keep imagining, keep exploring, and keep questioning the many ways our history could have unfolded.